Hey guys, it's Sam. I'm back with another decluttering video. As I said in my first decluttering video, which was for face products, which I will link. I think it'll show up here in the description bar. If not, it'll be on that side and in the description bar below. I am doing this in sort of a new way that I've ever done it before. Normally I go drawer to drawer and just see how I feel, but today I decided to go by the ELF method, which is eyes, lips, face. So as you can see on the floor in front of me, I have everything for eyes. As a reminder, this is what I got rid of in the first section of our declutter. This is everything that's going to friends and family. I do have some other products that are in a drawer for you guys and some other things that had to get thrown away. The only thing I haven't pulled out is I haven't pulled the palettes out of my drawer yet because the drawer is so low to the ground that I don't see a point. So there is no rhyme or reason. A lot of these palettes just wouldn't fit down there. My goal today is to actually get all of my palettes, hopefully, fingers crossed, into my palette drawer, although that seems like it might be a tall order. So let's just get going here. I'm just going to start grabbing some stuff that I know I'm keeping before I go into other parts of this, because this is like, looking at it's already stressing me out like quite a bit. So first thing, I have two of my Natasha Denona palettes. These are the 5-pan palettes. I believe I have the 5 and the 7 here. Excuse me, the 5 and the 8. I don't even know if they make these anymore, but they were some of my OG Natasha Denona products. Definitely going to be holding on to both of these. These have never lived in my palette drawer because this shadow kept breaking on me. So I just found that the formula was too soft. They were too susceptible to breakage, so I keep them in another drawer. I'm also going to be keeping this MAC 9 times palette. This is the Amber. Nope, this is the Burgundy ×9 palette. I love these palettes. Again, they bring them out for limited edition collections, but I don't know if they just have the standard ones anymore. But they're really, really nice for travel. You can get a couple different looks out of them, but I like them because they're all complementary colors to each other. So every color in this palette works with every other color in this palette. Oh my goodness, I am so stressed out. I'm just going to sort of move some stuff off to the side. And I'm going to try to start somewhere relatively easy for me, which I think is going to be brow products. And I also have my felt tip liners in here. So let's go through some like mascara felt tip liners. You know what's an easy place for me to go? Right here. This drawer is where I keep my Huda Beauty double-ended matte and metal liquid shadows. So I've got quite a few of those in here. I think I have 8 of them. They're all staying. They're all still good. So I'm going to keep those. And then I just have these 2 backup mascaras that are brand new that I just want to keep separate from all my other mascaras because I know I haven't touched them yet. See, just looking at this is just like overwhelming me. I will tell you guys now, I'm going to get rid of these eyelashes. They came out in a BoxyCharm. These are these Chimera Onique lashes. They're just a little too full and fluffy for me. I've never used them though, so they can go to you guys. Speaking of lashes, I have a pack of Ardell Demi Wispies. I think I like these. They're a little fuller than I normally go for, but still kind of have a natural look to them, so I'm going to hold on to those. I'm also going to hold on to these Sugar Rush Tarte Lash Smoothie lashes. I think that these are Lash Smoothie, like I think that's the name of them. I honestly don't know. We'll just go with that's what these are called. So we're going to hold on to these ones. They're fairly new to me, but again, I really like the wispiness of them. I have these 3 pairs from ColourPop that came out in the Hocus Pocus collection, the original one. So I have Flirty Witch, Clever Witch, and Boss Witch. Honestly, I don't think I'm ever going to be wearing these Flirty Witch lashes. They're just a lot for me. Like, they're just way too full, so I'm going to give those away. Then I have the Boss Witch, which I really like. I find that these ones are just a little bit lighter. And then there's also the Clever Witch, which are even lighter than those. So I'm going to keep the Boss and the Clever Witch and get rid of the Flirty Witch. And the rest of the lashes I have are basically MAC 33s, which are my favorite MAC lash. Now, none of these are new. I have worn all of these at least once, if not more than once. As long as you take care of your lashes pretty well, you can wear them multiple times. So I'm going to be keeping all 3 of these. And I'm also going to be keeping my XO Beauty Girl Next Door lash set because I can't get these ever again. I'm probably never going to buy from XO Beauty again, only because the duties were so much money, like, to get them into the country. They make fantastic products, but they're so hard to get because they're based in New Zealand, so I'm going to hold on to those. Now let's go through this pile that's on the floor, since I've been staring at it for long enough now. Okay, so in terms of brow products, I'm going to separate these into some sections. So I've separated it into brow gels, brow products, and felt liners. These first two things that I have are these makeup stamps. So I have a Milk makeup stamp, which is a little maple leaf. It looks like that. And then I have this one from ColourPop, which is a spider. I think that this one could be a lot of fun if I do some Halloween looks next year, which I do want to start getting into. I kind of want to expand on my channel a little bit, do some more fun stuff. So I'm going to keep both of those. I don't use them often, but they're nice to have. I have this Brow Lights Camera Action double-ended like brow highlighting pen from the Brow Bar. I honestly never use it, so I'm going to be getting rid of this. Now into my brow products. I have 3 brow gels sitting in front of me. That goes there. So I have a clear one from MAC that is pretty much almost used up, so I'm going to just finish that up. I've got a tinted one from MAC, which is in the shade Empathetically Blonde. This one's really, really nice when I am, you know, looking to use less of like a pen brush thing and I want more of a spoolie thing. And then I have this other clear one, which is by St. Lux. This is their clear brow gel. It is really, really good. So I'm going to keep all 3 of those. In terms of actual brow products, I have quite a few. I have been expanding my horizons this past year, and this is what I have tried out. So first things first, my Benefit Ka-Brow. I'm actually going to get rid of this. It's not that I don't like it or think it's good. I just never reach for these kind of brow products. I would prefer to use a pencil, so I'm going to get rid of that. I am also going to be getting rid of this e.l.f. one. It's just too dark for me, even though it says it's in neutral brown. Like, it's too dark of a brown for me. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm trying to figure out where the best place to have you guys is so you can see what I'm holding. I'm definitely going to be keeping my Charlotte Tilbury Brow Cheat. This is in the shade Taupe, and I have a backup. This is what I really like about these is you buy the entire pencil like once, and then you just buy refills, and the refills are like half the price of the full pencil, which I think is a really, really cool way to recycle a product. I am going to be keeping my MAC Shape and Shade Brow Tint. I probably won't buy this again, but it is one of the few felt liners that I actually like the color of. Speaking of felt liners, I do have this Brow Blade by Urban Decay. My problem is the the pencil part is nice. It works quite fine. However, I do find that the other end, for whatever reason, does pull a little red once it's in my brows. And I don't know why that is, so I am going to be getting rid of that. I'm going to hold on to, I think, my Too Faced one. This is the Superfine Brow Detailer. Just going to check the color. I can't remember if I like it. Yeah, I do like that one, so I'm going to keep that. I'm going to use up the Rare Beauty one and probably not repurchase it. It is nice, but the pen end is just a tad bit thicker than I would really like it to be. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's just quite thick for a brow pencil as opposed to, say, some of these like small tip microblading ones. So I'm going to hold on to both of these. That's the one from Rare Beauty and the one from Hourglass. They're both really nice. In terms of felt liners, these are my favorite kind of eyeliners. So I'm definitely going to be keeping my white ColourPop one and my brown KVD Beauty one. Those are just some interesting colors. The rest of them are all black, but I do like most of them. So I have this Appeal one, which I want to keep because it is supposed to be an adhesive one for lashes. I want to try that out. I love the MAC one. It is one of my favorites. Going to keep that. The Il Makiage one, the brush is crazy, but it actually surprised me with how good it was in terms of like shade. It's very, very black. You can definitely get a nice fine line with it. Keep the Stila, and I'm going to get rid of the NYX one, and that's just because the brush tip is not my favorite. It is a good product. I just don't like the brush. And I'm going to keep the Fenty and the Too Faced Better Than Sex. So we didn't do very well there, but there's a couple items behind me that we're getting rid of. So I guess every little bit is good. Let's go through mascaras and that stuff next. So basically my criteria here is just going to be, has it expired or not? because unfortunately almost all of these I have used, and then some of them that I haven't used I just haven't tried yet. Like I have a whole bunch of like these mini ones that I've never tried because they all came out in like a kit last summer and I just never used them. So let's quickly try and go through this. This Tarte Man-Eater one is pretty new. I'm going to keep that one. I have this tubing mascara, which I like a lot. I'm going to keep that. There's a few that I want to check just for consistency's sake, but the rest of them I know are okay. So I'm going to keep my MAC Upward Lash. This one's got a really, really tiny brush. It's sort of similar to Benefit Roller Lash. So even though I don't think they make this one anymore, if you were looking for one of these mascaras with like the teeny tiny little brush that's silicone and really does a good job separating, Benefit Roller Lash is also really, really good. I've got a couple of these, what are these called? 3D Black Lash. They always come out in Christmas collections. I'm going to keep both of those. I have this Bare Minerals Lashtopia. This one is brand new. It has not been used yet, so I'm going to hold on to this one. My camera will not focus. It's refusing. Then I have, like I said, a bunch of these miniature ones. So I have a Clarins Wonder Perfect 4D mascara that I'm going to keep. I have a Lancome. This is like a lash boost, so I'm guessing it's like one of those white ones that you put on underneath just to give yourself a little bit more volume. I think I'm going to get rid of that one. I just don't reach for those, and the last time I tried to use one like that, I forgot to put mascara over top, and it was super embarrassing, but I will keep the Hypnose Drama mascara that came out by Lancome. I'm going to keep my NARS Climax mascara, my Stila XXX Magnum mascara. I'm going to keep the Bad Gal Bang mascara from Benefit. Also, I have a Bare Minerals Strength and Length. I have a Urban Decay Perversion, and I have a Milk Kush mascara. I'm going to keep all four of those. So the ones that I want to check are these 5 here because I don't know what the consistency is. So I've got the Rocket Volume Express mascara by Maybelline. That still seems like it's okay. I'm going to keep that one. I also have the Bambi Lashes by, I think L'Oreal makes this one. Yeah, that one's gone a little like gunky, chunky, kind of gross. I'm going to get rid of that, although I really did like this mascara. Got this MAC False Lashes. It's okay, but it is starting to chunk up a little bit. I think I'm going to get rid of it. I've got the Too Faced Better Than Sex. It looks okay. I'm going to hold on to that for a little longer. And then I have the Tarte Big Ego, which actually looks okay as well. So I'm going to hold on to all of those. I'm sorry my camera wasn't focused. This is what I'm keeping for mascaras, and I am throwing out 2. That's not very good. Do better, Sam. Do better. All right, I've got a bunch of my MAC paint pots. You guys know that I am in love with these, particularly the... Will it focus better if I move those out of the way, I'm wondering? So I've got 5 of these. I know one is a backup to my Painterly, so I'm going to be keeping the Painterly that I'm using, which is definitely this one. I can tell because I've hit the bottom and I'm now scraping the sides, which is actually more than I thought I had used this. It's pretty old, like it's all cracked and kind of gross, but it still performs pretty well. So I'm going to keep using that one up, and then I do have a brand new backup for that, so I'm going to put that in a separate place. So I have these 3 other ones as well. So I have 2 that are fairly new to me. One is in Let's Skate and one is in Vintage Selection. And then I also have this one in Stormy Pink, and I always keep them saying that I'm going to use them, and then I never do. So I think I'm going to get rid of Stormy Pink. I kept it sort of so that I would have a pre-colored base for when I was doing certain looks, but there's no reason I can't build that up with eyeshadow. And I think I'm going to get rid of Let's Skate. It's sort of just like a light pink frost. But I think I'm going to keep this one, which is in Vintage Selection. I just think it's like a really, really pretty color, and it would look really nice on its own if I was having sort of a lazy makeup day. I've got a couple of these like sort of one-off eyeshadows and like Dose of Colors Ideal Duo. So I have 2 of these left in Shell and Lemon Drop. I used to have quite a few more, but I've sort of gotten rid of them as time has gone on. So I'm going to hold on to these 2. In terms of these chrome paint shadow pots by Tarte, they are really, really nice, especially if you're looking for some really cool, frosty, vibrant colors. I don't use them that much, but since I only have the two, I have Fire Dancer, which is a beautiful red, and Steal the Show, which is kind of like a gray black. I am going to hold on to both of those just to see if I get any more use out of them, and if I don't, I may let them go next time. I have this one single Black Track gel pot eyeliner that I am going to keep by MAC. It is my favorite one. I've tried others. This one is by far the best. Got a handful of small eyeshadow palettes that also have lived up in that same drawer for forever, just so they don't get lost in my other drawer. So let's go through those really quickly. I have two of these Color Icon palettes by Wet n Wild. I have the Comfort Zone and the Not a Basic Peach palette. I'm going to hold on to both of these. I think they're really, really nice for travel and as a drugstore alternative. Keep both of those. I have two of these MAC 6-pan palettes. They both came out in limited edition collections. So I have the Fruity Juicy one. This is in Oh My Banana. And I also have this MAC Patrick Star one in Oh Holy Eyes, which is a little bit deeper than the other one. They're actually kind of similar now that I look at both of them. But I think I do want to hold on to both. I certainly love, if I were to get rid of either, I'd probably get rid of the Patrick Star one, but I do really like having them. I think they're really good quality. And sort of like the 9 Times palette, a lot of these colors go really, really nicely together, so it's super easy just to figure out a look if you're in a rush. I also have a whole bunch of the Huda Beauty 9 Times pan palettes. Now these have become recently some of my favorite palettes to own. I think they're really great for travel. They have some really fun colors, so I'm not going to get rid of any of these, but I will show you them all really quickly. So I have the Mint Pastels palette, a little bit harder to use than some of the other ones, but still really, really pretty, beautiful shimmers in there. I've got two of the Nude Obsessions palettes, so I have Nude Light and Nude Medium as well. This is what the light looks like. This is what the medium looks like. I've made comments several times saying that if you had the Huda Beauty, I think it's the Nude palette, you probably don't also need to buy these, but I have them anyway. I pulled the Huda Beauty Khaki Haze out of my declutter pile because I had second thoughts about it. I wish this had a little bit more of those like greeny olive khaki tones, almost more like the packaging is, but I still really, really like it. I think it's really cool. The color in the middle is quite interesting. Then I have three of the Huda Beauty Wild palettes. I have the Chameleon, the Python, and the Jaguar. Again, I'll show you these really quick. These are some of these more like fun, bright, crazy colors, except for this one, which is just the perfect like smoky eye palette. And then I have three of the Brown Obsessions. So I have the Caramel Brown, which is sort of the medium toned one, the Toffee Brown, which is the most unique to me. It's got some golds and yellows in it. And then I also have the Chocolate Brown, which is some more deep browns in that one. So we're going to keep all of those. Over here I just have a MAC sharpener that I'm going to keep. And then I've got a couple one-off items here. So I have my Too Faced glitter glue. I'm definitely going to hold on to this. I'm also going to be keeping my KVD Dazzle Stick. I just think this is so, so pretty, and I really like the formula. I don't see myself using this e.l.f. Enhancing Lash and Brow Serum. I just don't think it's going to happen, and I've never used it before. And then I have this Ciate Color Flip. It's really pretty, but it does pull quite coppery red. It's just not something I'm going to reach for. I'm going to be getting rid of that. Next up, I have a whole bunch of these e.l.f. liquid metallic and glitter shadows. I got them in a vault pretty recently, or a combination of 2 vaults. I don't know if I need all of them, so I'm going to be swatching them on my hand just to sort of see how I feel about them. I've only really tried one out, and that is the one in Flirty Birdie, which I don't even know where it is right now. This one? Yeah. So that's this one here. I am going to show you guys what they all look like just in case. It's just this beautiful, beautiful, like, glittery, shimmery top coat. Now, I think I prefer the metal versions of these than the glitter ones, but some of the glitters are really pretty. So that one's Flirty Birdie. We're going to hold on to that one. This beautiful, beautiful blue one. Oh, I'm just obsessed with this. Is in the shade... Oh, there it is. Ocean Eyes. Again, I told you I would swatch them all, so I will. It's like this really pretty metallic blue. They do build up quite a bit. I just don't see the point in wasting it on my hand. Keep that one. Got this really pretty, like, black one that is in the shade... I can't read it because it is Black Magic, I think is the shade of this. It's hard to read. Oh, that one's actually really disappointing. Like, even when I tried to lay it on a little thicker, I just found it kind of watery. So I'm going to get rid of that one. There's this really cool, like, khaki, kind of greeny, weird, bronzy color. This is in the shade Dirty Martini, which makes sense. It's like the olive in a martini. That is just stunning. I'm going to be keeping this one. I like it too because it's quite a unique color. It's not like pure gold like this gold. It's more of like a dirty gold, but we are going to be keeping that gold as well. That one is in 24 karat gold. I've got this fun red. I just don't know. That's really pretty. I don't wear a lot of those kind of colors, so I'm going to think about that one. Got this really pretty, like, shimmery snow kind of a color. That's really nice. I think we're gonna, do I want that one? Yeah, it's kind of iridescent. There's this one here. This is in Big Dipper. It's like an orangey metallic. Really, really pretty. Got this one in Galaxy. Ooh, okay, I really like that one. It's kind of like a purpley gray sort of a thing, but really nice. I definitely am more drawn to the metallics than the glitters. This is a light pink metallic. That's pretty. And then there's a light pink glitter as well, so I'm just seeing if there's one that I prefer. Not really, I like them both. I'm going to keep both. And then there's these two, which are probably similar to that Flirty, woohoo, Flirty Birdie. Some of these are really nice. And these are the metallics. Okay. So these are the two shades here. So one is slightly deeper than the other. I think we're going to keep the one in Moon Loon and get rid of Comet, which is just slightly more like orange. I do prefer the other one. And I think I'm also going to get rid of Cranberry Punch, which is this one here. It is really pretty, but I tend not to wear a lot of like reds on my eyes, just because they tend to make me look a little dead and bloodshot. So, you know, we'll do that. Now my hand is all glittery as per usual. Next up I have my MAC pigments. I don't know how much like we're really going to get rid of here. I've already culled this collection down quite a bit over the years, but we'll see. First things first, I have these two like glittery sequin sets. So one is stars and one is hearts. These are just fun to have. I'm going to hold on to both of those. I have these two Patrick Star ones. One is like a dirty bronze and one is a copper. We're going to keep those as well. Got this really fun blue glitter that came out in the Trolls collection a few years ago. I'm going to keep that one. And I'm going to keep this chartreuse. Is that what this is? Yeah, this is a chartreuse pigment. It's just really, really pretty. I always love to keep my golden olive. I love greens. They're some of my favorite colors to work with on my eyes. Come on. Now, this is what is left here. My biggest thing is I always, oh, there's the other one. I knew I had two white glitters. So, like I said, I do have two white glitters. One is Reflex Red. You can see it's probably pulling a little red, and one is Reflex Gold. I think I'm going to keep the gold and get rid of the red. I just don't need both. Then I have, okay, I do really like this one. I've always liked this one. This one's English Gilt, and that one's quite cool as well. That's like copper glitter. Reflex Bronze, excuse me. I'm going to keep the gold. The only one I'm debating on is this blue-brown one. I've had it for years and years and years, and I used to really like it. I loved the shift, but I honestly haven't used it in probably 3 or 4 years. So I think I'm finally going to get this one up. So we got rid of a couple from there, not a ton, but I'll take every little bit, I suppose. Just nice to make a little bit of headway on a collection. I'm dreading the rest of this stuff because I have eyeliners to do and I have single shadows and palettes to do. So you guys are going to have to like send really good vibes through the camera and wish me luck here. Let's start with eyeliners, I think. This is going to be really hard for me. You guys know I love me some good colored eyeliners, and I've got a ton of them. So I'm going to sort of separate them into color groups and kind of make a call that way. Although now that I'm looking right at them, I have these two Urban Decay ones, and they are the glitter ones, but the lids have never stayed on them, so they're completely dried out and just garbage. So I'm going to be throwing these two away, which does break my heart because I do really like the colors, but if they don't work, they don't work. Like, there's nothing I can do about that. Okay, so let's start off easy enough. I have nothing like this bright pink one. This is from Urban Decay. It is in the shade Woodstock. We're definitely going to hold on to this one. I have nothing else, anything like this. Where is the container for these? Must be this one. We're going to go with that one. I'm just going to start putting them in the container as I go through them. Let's look at the brown liners next. I am going to just move these out of the way so that it doesn't focus on anything in the background, because I do keep having this issue with this camera. So I've got about 5 different brown liners, and I just don't think I need that many. So I have this MAC one in Costa Reach, which is like this beautiful, beautiful deep chocolatey brown. Let's kind of compare it to, has this been used? Yeah, I've got this MAC one, which is even deeper brown. That's in Photographieur. It's just a different texture. This one, okay, sounds like it's broken. Yeah, this one has broken at some point or another, so I'm just going to throw this one out. It's from ColourPop. You can just hear that it's not, like, solidly in there. Got this brown as well from ColourPop, and this brown from NARS. Okay, so the NARS one is more, like, shimmery. It's right at the top. It's more metallic, so I'm going to hold on to the NARS one. I'm going to hold on to the, do I want that one? So I think the one I like the most here is this Costa Riche one from MAC, and I think I'm going to get rid of the other 2 browns. Like, how many browns do you really need to have? Okay, let's look at blacks. So basically, I know for a fact that I've never used this e.l.f. one, so I'm going to get rid of that, and I've also never used this MAC one. So just for ease of, like, being able to give it to people, I'm going to get rid of both of those. Would you focus? And I will hold on to this one Urban Decay, like, 24/7 black one, just in case. I don't really use black liner, but why not? I've got a really pretty silver that I know I want to keep, and then I think I want to keep the You'll Never Know. Yeah, it's like this deep, like, gray. I really like that. Now, I do have another, like, half and half one from MAC, which is, like, this silver. And there's also a blue on the other end, and what I want to do is just compare that blue to other ones that I might have. Alrighty, you guys, so sorry about that. My camera completely just decided to give out on me, which makes sense. I had been filming for quite a while. As you guys can see, in that time, I went ahead and opened up all my single shadows, but I never got further than talking about what we were talking about when I left, which was this double-ended eyeliner. So it has a blue side and a silver side. Now that silver I don't love as much as I like this silver. I'm just going to turn the ring light so you guys get a little bit better, maybe, possibly. Yeah, there we go. I do want to compare it to a couple of the blues I have, though, at least this dark navy, because I don't know about you guys, but, like, it's nothing special. So I've got this blue. This is Deep Blue Sea. It's much more vibrant. I know I'm keeping this blue. This is in Chaos. It's like my favorite blue. These two are more teal. So not going to compare. This is the one I sort of wanted to compare, and it's quite teal as well. So I am going to be keeping all 5. Well, yeah, I'm going to keep these 5 blue liners for sure, for sure, for sure. I just love the colors. Blue is one of my favorite colors to add in a waterline. I just think it looks stunning. In terms of that double-ended one, though, I just think that the chances of me going for such a deep navy and that silver are slim to none, so I'm going to be getting rid of this double-ended eyeliner here from MAC, so that can go. I'm trying to figure out the best way to put you guys, because I know it's wanting to focus on all the eyeshadows. I probably shouldn't have set it up, but I don't know, I was trying to kill time while my battery recharged, and it seemed like a really good idea at the time. Let's talk nudes and whites. I don't wear these a ton. Now, the original purpose I used to have for these was for my waterline to make it look a little bit brighter. So that's what this particular one is for. It's like a beige, but I never ever use it, so I'm going to get rid of that. Then I have a couple whites and also like this nude one. So this nude, it's like a shimmery kind of a nude. It does look really pretty in a waterline, I will say. And then I have these two whites. So I have that one that's like kind of almost iridescent. And then I also have this, I can't get it open, this one, which came out this past year, which is like a true white. So I think I am going to hold on to all three of those because they are quite different from each other. Like I said, as you guys were gone, I moved around a bunch of stuff. I'm definitely going to keep all three of my gold ones because they are all different shades of gold, as dumb as that seems. And then I have these two orange ones. So one is more of a copper orange, like it's got some shine, some shimmer to it. And then this one is just like straight. Oh, it's got a little shimmer to it as well. I hope you guys can see that. I hope it's like translating on the camera. Let's keep both. I don't know. I don't have very many of those like orangey sort of tones, so that could be really fun. The two sections that are going to be the most difficult for me are like where my purples are and also my greens, because I have a lot of greens. Let's just attack that right now. Like I said, I've got quite a few green ones because alongside of the blues, I love putting a green in the waterline. So I'm just going to start sort of swatching them. So that one's quite unique. It's a very, very deep, dark green. It's almost like a little bit of like a brown reflective in there. I don't know if that's going to translate on camera. I like that. I'm keeping that one. This is like this like neon true green. What is my camera focusing on right now? I cannot figure it out for the life of me. I've got this neon green. Different again. Honestly, the thing is you can have so many greens and they're still all different. I'm just going to start like putting them all on my hand and then I'll show you guys what they all look like and make a call. It might just go faster and then I don't have to worry about where's my camera looking at all the time because that is starting to frustrate me to no freaking end. So these are the green ones that I have. Now closer to the top they are starting to get vaguely similar, but honestly they're still like all very, very different from each other, so I think I'm going to be keeping all of the greens. Well, that's a no progress kind of area. Now let's talk some of the reds. So I've got this ColourPop one that I'm obsessed with. I just think it's beautiful, so I definitely want to hold on to that one. I also have this MAC one. This came out in the Christmas collection and I do really like it. But it's quite similar to that one, and I think I prefer this like slightly more red one, so I'm going to get rid of this MAC one that it literally just came out in the ColourPop or the Christmas collection, but that's okay. We don't need to keep everything. Now I'm sort of into purples, and I've got another double-ended MAC one as well. Will it work better if I do it here? Maybe. So this has another white, which I don't really need. And it's also got this like kind of dull sort of purple that I'm not a big fan of, so I'm going to get rid of that double-ended one. And let's just check out this double-ended one. This is it here, these last two. It's nothing particularly like special, so I think I'm going to get rid of that one as well. So that's three more gone because they are all double-ended, so as much as it's like 6 different colors, it's only 3. Now we can go through purples. Let's see how this goes. So I'm going to do this sort of similarly to how I did the greens, where I'll show you them all and then just swatch them all and then come back. So these are all of the purples that we're going to try and go through. So these are the first two here. These are both NYX ones. They are similar, but there is some subtle difference to them. I am going to keep both. I don't know that you would see a difference on the eye, but whatever. And these, whoopsies, these are the other purples that I have. There's some that are similar to others and some that are completely different. I think I'm going to get rid of Love Drug, which is the second one from the top. It's just very similar to this purple one here, which is the ColourPop one, which I think I prefer. And I'm also going to get rid of this one. This is this NYX one here because it's kind of similar to that purple, but like a little more toned down. And then I think we're going to keep the rest of them. Now we can go through single shadow, so now is when my camera can finally focus on all of this. I don't know how much we're going to get rid of here, but I'm going to do my best. They are laid out sort of by formula and by brand. So let's just get started right away on what I know for sure I'm keeping. So of course I'm going to be keeping all of my MAC shade shifters. These are brand new. They just came out in the Christmas collection. And I just love them so, so much. I've talked about these so many times on my channel. They're so good, you guys. If they're still available, go get them. So we're going to keep those. I am also going to be definitely keeping this one here. This is this mineralized one in, I think it's Cinderfella. Why won't you focus? There we go. This is what it looks like. Like, it's just so stunning. I do want to compare that to this Marc Jacobs one. So that's the two of them there. They are quite different, but I don't know that I need both. I want to keep the MAC one. I think we're going to get rid of the Marc Jacobs one. Not that it's not beautiful, but no, you know what? I'm going to keep both of them. Screw it. I like both. I think they'll make really, really pretty, like, smoky eyes, so we're going to just go with it. I've got these three. These are called the Shiny Pretty Shadows. They came out in last year's Christmas collection. I do really like these. I've already gotten rid of a few of them. I'm going to keep these three. They aren't available, so I'm not going to bother swatching them, but whatever. I think I'm going to keep all three of these ColourPop ones. These came out in the newest Hocus Pocus collection. It's not that I don't have probably similar colors to these, but these are the only ones I have right now because I previously had like decluttered all of my ColourPop. I'd sort of given them all up. So I definitely want to hold on to that trio. I think I know that I need to go through some of my extra dimension ones and just see what I really want and what I don't. So I'm going to compare these two. These are both white bases. At the end of the day, I probably don't need both. So I'm going to pick one or the, oh man, one or the other. Honestly, I think I prefer this one, which is the newer one. So I'm going to keep the one in Creative Spark, and I'm going to get rid of Cooler Than Being Cool. I just, in terms of the reflect, one has a pink and one has more of a gold, and I'm just more drawn towards the gold one. I have these two as well, which do seem kind of similar now that I'm looking at them. Oh, not really. Kind of. Are they close enough? Don't know. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to keep Smoky Mauve. That's this top color. And I think I'm going to declutter Deep Twinkle. Not that it's not pretty, but it's a little more glittery and less, like, vibrant. I'm trying to be a little bit, like, thoughtful with my keeps and my get rid ofs just because I do have so many. I've got these two kind of like black based ones. Sorry about that. Tom just came home and he's very loud when he's on the phone. So I had to close the door. So I'm showing you them this way, but they actually go like backwards. So I guess more like this way. I certainly don't think I need both, so I'm going to keep this one, which is in Fathoms Deep, and I'm going to be letting this one go. This is in Tall, Dark, and Handsome. That's from this year. I'm just looking at this pink one and wondering if like I'm ever actually going to wear it. It's really pretty, but I just don't think I'm going to reach for it, so I'm going to give that one away. That's Explosive Chemistry. I wanted to check these two, because like they look kind of similar-ish in the pan. Like they both have like a really interesting reflect to them. Oh, they're kind of different. I don't know. What do you guys think? Close enough? Not really. Don't know. Let's keep both. I like both of those. I am going to get rid of this two-pan one. I just never reach for it. They're really pretty colors, but because it's like two, I forget about it. It goes in a weird place in my drawer. So I'm just gonna be smart and make some space. I've got a whole bunch that are kind of like almost like slight variations on like different champagnes and golds. I just want to see how different they are from each other. So what I'm thinking is that these two are similar enough that I could get away with one or the other. So I'm definitely keeping Sweet Heat, which is this one here. That way. I think I prefer this middle one. It's just a little less glittery. So that's this one in Caught You Glistening. And I'm going to get rid of Sparktacular. I don't think I've kept any of those ones. I'm probably going to keep this one though because it is the only like silver that I have and it is really pretty. So we're going to hold on to that one. What is this one like? Is this one close to Sweet Heat? That one's very similar to Sweet Heat, as you guys can see from previously swatching it. Right there, those two. So let's give up Fool Me Once because I do prefer Sweet Heat just a tiny, tiny bit. I'm going to keep this blue one and purple as well because they're kind of one-off colors. I just want to see what this one looks like. I think we're just going to keep the rest of them because they are all kind of unique from one another. And they are one of my favorite shadow formulas, so I don't want to get rid of them all. Just automatically what I'm gravitating towards of my other ones left over, I want to keep this one. This one is Humid. It's this beautiful, beautiful like green shade. So we're going to keep that. I want to keep this one here. This is Lucky Green. I'm going to be keeping this bright blue. This is In the Shadows. Let's keep this purple one. That's Stars and Rockets. I've got this sparkly brown and then I also have like this sparkly brown. Now they are two different brands, but it's like, do I need both? So that's what the two look like there. I honestly don't think that I do need both, and I think I preferred the NARS one to the MAC one, so let's keep the NARS, and we'll get rid of this MAC one. This is Divine Decadence. I know I want to keep Mystery. I've hit pan on it. It's like my favorite, like dark chocolate brown. I think I'm also going to keep this brown. It's just because it's a slightly different tone, and that's a NARS shadow as well. The one thing that I should have looked at before I put it down and now can't find it. So I have the dark brown that's Mystery, but I also have this brown, which is in Give a Glam. It's just a different formula. I just sort of want to see, that one is so much better. So I think we're going to get rid of Mystery and keep this Powder Kiss Give a Glam. I thought the Powder Kiss would be less intense, but I was wrong. So we're going to keep that one. These two are also sort of similar to each other, or at least in my opinion, like close enough similar. I think I prefer this one, which is Back to Surreality, over this like more orangey one, because the orange one kind of reminds me of a bronzer, and I think if I wanted that color bad enough, I could use a bronzer. I'm going to be keeping all three of these. These are the Dazzle Shadow Extremes. They are so fantastic. I'm going to keep these. Now, do I also need these Dazzle Shadows? Let's just sort of see if these are similar. Interestingly enough, I actually prefer that Dazzle Shadow to that one. So I'm actually going to get rid of Emerald Cut, and we're going to keep Try Me On. And then this is I Like to Watch. Again, it's like a really, really cool shimmer shift. And then I've got that one, which is like a really pretty green. And we're definitely going to keep that one as well. Okay, we're getting sort of down to the last little bit here. This is what's left of my like single pan shadows. So let's think. What do I want to keep? What will I use? I'm going to keep Kid. It's one of my favorite neutral shadows, and by that I'm also going to keep Shroom. These are just like OG favorites of mine, so I'm going to hold on to both of those. Meh, that one's not really doing anything special for me, so let's get rid of Omega. At this point I think it's just going to be about swatching and seeing like which ones I like, which ones I don't necessarily think, oh that's pretty, look at just, so pretty. Focus. So pretty. Yeah, it's just going to be a case of like looking at like what do I like, what do I not like. That's all that glitters. This one here, Last Dance. You know what? I'm going to let that one go. I think I have similar ones elsewhere. Let's check these out. Like that is really pretty. I just feel like I've kept similar shades. So let's get rid of that. That's in White Hot. White Hot. I think I want to only keep one of these. Oh, they're kind of different. One's like more purpley and one's more pinky. Definitely like the pink one better. So I think I'm going to get rid of this purple one, which is in Sunforia. I'm going to get rid of that one, and I'm going to keep this one. This is like this one-off eyeshadow that I have. It's a Electric Cool eyeshadow. They don't even make these anymore. I used to have 3. I had blue, black, and that pink is just like got serious staying power. It's so good. I definitely want to keep this one. This is in Pretty Dainty. I just don't see myself reaching for Keep Still, so I'll get rid of that. That one's quite unique. Let's keep that. I think I'm going to get rid of this Duo one. This was an e.l.f. one, I believe. I don't know, but I think I'm just going to get rid of it. It is really nice, but I have MAC ones that I for sure prefer. I am going to keep this L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow. This is in Iced Latte. I love this color. It's so stunning. I can't get it to shut though. That's like a brown shift to blue. I'm going to keep that. I think I'm going to get rid of Copper Plate. I never reached for it. Keep that one. That's super pretty. That one's also really nice. I think that we're at the end of what we're getting rid of. Yeah. I've hit a point where everything that I put on from now on is just like so stunning. Even that Burberry one's really pretty. And yeah, we're gonna keep everything else. So all that's really left to go through are my eyeshadow palettes. So I'm gonna take a minute and set them all up open, because I kind of want to look at them all as a whole and see, you know, what do I have similar colors of and whatnot. So just give me a minute to do that and we'll be right back.